The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
The man with the same code name as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, Sinistrino1, and welcome to my Big Boss Run Extreme Walkthrough for Metal Gear Solid 1. Thanks to the Metal Gear Solid Collection, there's a rejuvenance for Metal Gear. This is the emulated PlayStation version because I wanted to show this off in the highest quality, even better quality than you're going to get with the Metal Gear Solid Collection. It's the exact same game, so all these strats will work. We're going to be playing this on Extreme while achieving the best ranking of Big Boss. This walkthrough, I will be talking through it during the actual gameplay sections. I'm splicing in the cutscenes to give you guys the full story because that's what we like to do here. This took a lot of time and a lot of effort, so I hope you guys leave a massive like and don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think of the Metal Gear Solid Collection. Let me know what you think of the Metal Gear Solid series in general. What's your favorite Metal Gear Solid, and have you ever achieved Big Boss on MGS1? Let me know in the comments below, and of course, it's go time.
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
All right, so here we go. We have a lot to talk to in this first section, so we're going to get right to it. First things first is we're going to head immediately over here and get up against the wall so that we can see the enemy. Remember, there's no radar in extreme mode. As soon as he turns, go ahead and make your way forward and move to his right. He's going to immediately turn back around, but he will not see or hear you, and you are good to go to move on. We're going to head over here, over to the far right side, and head behind this little area here. And this is where we're going to be chilling for the next about 2 minutes. We're going to play with the guards a little bit, so what you're seeing here is something you necessarily don't have to do. However, it is good to play with the guard here a little bit, and the reason I say this is because by the time the elevator comes down, this guard is going to be coming back into this area, and he can sometimes see you. Therefore, if you kind of disrupt his pattern, then therefore he will not be here when it comes down, and you'll be able to smoothly get into the elevator without worrying about this specific guard. Other than that, there's really no reason to mess with him except for to have a little bit of fun. So this walkthrough, obviously you can complete this game very, I wouldn't say very easy, but you can complete it quickly because gameplay-wise, there's not a lot in the Metal Gear Solid series, at least in Metal Gear Solid 1. There's definitely a lot more cutscenes. I'd say if you know the strategies, you know how to take out the bosses, I'd say on a normal playthrough, it's probably 2 hours to maybe complete the gameplay itself, and then you tackle on about another 3 to 4 hours for cinemas or FMVs, you know, to kind of let the story go through. Total of about 5 to 6, depending on how long it takes you to get through some of these sections. I will give you exact detail that you need to get through all of the difficult boss fights that are going to be up ahead. There are going to be instances where we're going to take damage. Obviously, this is not a no damage run. I know there's probably no damage runs out there, but I am not an expert Metal Gear Solid player, meaning that I don't speedrun the game, I don't go through the game and play it constantly, I don't have all the strategies down. This is just kind of what I have figured out on my own. So take that with what you want. Hopefully I still be able to teach you guys how to get through this and still achieve extreme with big boss ranking. So we're going to go ahead and move on here to the next section.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, he must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice. I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
So this initial outdoor section is pretty easy to get through. We're just going to immediately move up here, wait for the lights. As soon as they turn, go inside, grab them, and then immediately head back. There's going to be a camera over here, so there is a way to get around the camera. You can crouch and crawl. That should help you hopefully be able to get around the camera without the camera actually seeing you. If you're quick enough, you can do this in even, quicker time, but like I said, this isn't a speed run or anything. We just need to be able to beat the game in under 3 hours, and I'm talking just gameplay, meaning that you have to skip the cutscenes if you want the big boss ranking. Otherwise, the cutscenes will keep you from getting Big Boss. So I hope that makes sense. So in order to achieve extreme Big Boss ranking, you have to skip the cutscenes. The only reason that you see these cutscenes here is because I spliced them in while I was doing a separate playthrough to just record the cutscenes. This section, you've seen what I've done, everything, as long as you stick to the exact timing, nothing will change. This is one of those games that every single time you take control of your character, the enemies are always going to be doing the same thing. It's scripted, meaning that once the level starts and you have control of the level, everything will play out as long as you don't mess with any guards or give them any type of weariness to your location. Once we move in here, we're going to crawl via the upside. You can also go down, but I always prefer to go up because I don't like to skip these cutscenes here.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
Once that's over, we're going to keep heading through the vent. There's going to be another cutscene just ahead, and then we'll continue with our strategy. This is always one of my favorite parts. The music really just sets the mood and makes you really get into the spy thriller.
I moved the Darker Chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell? Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah. Say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth? There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the Chief.
So it seems there is another person that has infiltrated with us that we do not know about, so that kind of adds a little bit of mystery to everything going on. As I said before, once you're outside, before we get into this vent here, you could go the bottom vent. The bottom vent will allow you to get on the bottom floor. There's a different strategy to get into there. It's not any tougher. It's pretty easy to do. But you do miss out on the cutscene that we just watched, because I really think that that adds a lot to the story of the game. That's why I always love to come up on this one. But let's go ahead and head down. So this section, remember, every single time gameplay starts, everything is always going to be the same as far as what enemies are doing and where they are. So you'll always be able to immediately move to the right and then head down. Make sure you get up against that corner so the camera doesn't see you. Stay in the top here. The camera will always be going down as long as you have the same timing as I do. So this is one of those playthroughs that if you do exactly what I do, nothing will deviate. The only thing that will deviate are the boss fights, because those can change, give or take, slow, fast, depending on what you're doing. Bosses aren't always going to do the exact same thing, so you will have to think on your feet with them. Once you come over here, go into first person, wait for the camera to move. Once it does, you're free to go ahead and move to the stairs and get down. You don't have to worry about the camera seeing you as long as you don't go too far up. Immediately head to the elevator, and what you want to do with the action button is to click it twice. If you click it once, it'll take a while for the elevator to come, but if you click it twice, it'll be fast. As you can see, the guy is coming towards you, so make sure you click that elevator twice so you don't have to worry about that. Next up, we're going to be crawling through a vent, and we have a huge cutscene and all that, but then we have like kind of a mini little boss that we need to get through. There's a lot to explain during that mini boss, but it shouldn't take you too long to get it. It's not really that tough. However, you want to try to take the least amount of damage that you can, because in this game, you do not really refill your damage at all, and you can't use rations. I think you can only use like 1 ration your entire playthrough. You cannot be seen, no alerts, only the mandatory scripted alerts. Those are the parameters that you need, and you can save, I think, up to about 80 times. You don't have to look down here, but I always like to look.
Is that a woman? Not him.
Gives you a little glimpse of your love interest, and here we go.
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Dead.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No,
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
All right, so this is the calm before the storm. We're about ready to get into this fight. So the only ones that you need to take out are the first 3 because she will not shoot at any of them. So you do need to immediately fire upon and take out the first 3 as quickly as possible. There's also a low amount of enemies that you're allowed to actually take out to achieve Big Boss as well. So 3 of them are the only mandatory ones you need to take out here.
Don't move! So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here!
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot!
All right, here we go. So first things first, shoot as many as you can. Try to move around. Just try not to take as many hits as you can. You can get away with about 1 hit here, I think. Now you're going to move into the second stage, get out your stun grenades.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
Immediately throw it as soon as you have control, and then wait at the bottom of the screen. What you're going to want to do is this little dance with the enemy. They're going to stop, they're going to shoot. They're going to keep repeating this while she takes them out. So what you want to do is just keep moving ever so slightly, pay attention to when they're about to shoot, and then move in the opposite direction. If done correctly, you can continue to avoid these guys without them actually getting hit on you. But you have to understand, it's going to take you a few times to get used to it. It's the best way that I figured out how to do it without getting in their faces and then trying to go for, knocking them out or knocking them out of the way or anything like that. Just kind of stay away from them, go back and forth in this bottom area. You always know when they're about to shoot because they'll kind of stop for a second and then they'll shoot. It's pretty easy to dodge them. It only took me a few times to really get the hang of this. When you get to this point, stay up here in this left corner. There's going to be grenades thrown. It's the only safe place you have on the entire area. Repeat this one last time. Keep moving back and forth by avoiding their shots. Trust me, you will get the hang of it, and you will be able to accomplish this after a few times.
Thanks for the help.
Wait! Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind. Now we'll never get that detonation code. Boss, I have a good idea.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
So now we're going to be heading down to the second basement level. There's a few things that we're going to pick up. We're going to pick up some C4 to get us into the area where the boss fight's going to be, and we're going to pick up some grenades as well. However, you do need to have your level 1 card out, meaning that you need to click on the LT or L1, depending on what you're playing this on, go down and equip level 1. If you do not have this equipped, you will not be able to open it up. It's not like Metal Gear Solid 2 where it automatically does it. You have to have it equipped. We're going to switch to our C4. There's other areas that you can get other things as well, but we're only going to be heading into 2 specific areas. The one you saw, get the C4, and then the grenades here. On our way back through here, there are going to be enemies to worry about, so we're going to use and detonate it. Weapon button actually puts the C4 down, and then the punch button detonates it. Now we have an Ocelot encounter here. I'm not very good at this fight, so I'll explain it to you the best way that I can, but you should be able to get through it. It's going to take a little bit of practice.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it!
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot. I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver. Draw!
Immediately hold down the shoot button, hit him once there, hit him twice there, and then we're going to be doing the little circle pattern here. If you take shots in between the pillars, you sometimes can land. You can do this little strategy that allows you to be able to run and shoot at the same time by holding down the A or X button while you're holding down the weapon button. If you do those simultaneously, you're able to run and then get pot shots at him. There's also another strategy that you can do. If you can get close enough to him, what you want to do is you want to do a circle strafe around him after you hit him once. You'll see it right here in just a moment. What this strategy allows you to do is to kind of infinitely get him in this loop. It's a tough loop to get him in, but it takes a little time right here, as you can see. Hit him, move, hit him, move, like that. It doesn't work all the time, but that can actually take him out really, really quickly. Otherwise, you just want to kind of keep following him. He does these ricochet shots too that can be very, very difficult for you, that he can kind of ricochet off the wall. So other than that, that's about all I can explain for this boss fight, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand! Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again! Who are you? I like you. I have no name. That exoskeleton.
Who the hell? Can you talk?
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up?
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane.
They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists?
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away. But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone who can figure out how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been. The amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see. Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of MUF are reported every year.
MUF?
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card, too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no! Oh, no, it can't be! Those Pentagon bastards! So, they actually went and did it!
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
What the hell?
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn.
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.